What if I told you that one of history's most powerful men slept with his mother, then had her executed, forced his tutor Seneca to kill himself, murdered his pregnant wife with a single kick? He burned Christians alive, bankrupted an empire, and then begged a slave to kill him. This is Nero, Rome's most infamous emperor. Welcome back. Today we dive into the bloodiest and most unbelievable chapters of history. Hit subscribe and ring the bell, because today we're unmasking Nero in all his madness. To understand Nero, we must start with his roots. The powerful Julio-Claudian line. Born in 37 AD as Lucius Domitius Ahenobarbus, he was adopted by Emperor Claudius and thrust into the cauldron of Roman politics by his mother, Agrippina. Agrippina the Younger was no subdued mother figure. She wielded poison, bribed senators, and even engineered Claudius's death in 54 AD to secure the throne for her 17-year-old son. Would you trust a ruler handpicked by their own mother? Probably not, and history proves why. Agrippina's ambition wasn't maternal care, but control. When your advisor has everything to gain from your success, your choices are never really your own. Seneca the Younger, a famous Roman Stoic philosopher, playwright, and politician. He became Nero's tutor and de facto advisor. Under Seneca's guidance, the early years were marked by relative stability, legal reforms, grain doles, games for the populace. But a philosopher's counsel is fragile in the face of absolute power. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. By 59 AD, friction between Nero's ambition and Senecan restraint would set the stage for tragedy. Rumors swirled that Nero's freedom from his mother's control tasted like power, and it left him hungry for more. First, he arranged for her boat to collapse mid-voyage, only to have Agrippina swim to shore. When subtlety failed, Nero ordered her execution in his own palace. Would you believe a son could commit matricide and survive politically? Yet that's exactly what Nero did. In the ruthless world of Roman politics, power trumped blood. By eliminating Agrippina, he silenced her influence and won the Senate's grudging support. Sometimes survival in Rome meant committing the unthinkable. Despite the horror, many Romans cheered, tired of Agrippina's dominance, yet the moral compass of the empire was broken. In 65 AD, Nero accused Seneca of conspiracy. Offered honorable suicide, the philosopher slit his wrists, his final words lost to time. Though Tacitus hints at tears and regret, no one was safe. Uncles, aunts, cousins, senators. Their riches funded Nero's excesses. By 67 AD, the Roman aristocracy lived in terror, and the public whispered of tyranny. Imagine your neighbor's home, generations of memories, lifeblood of a family, confiscated overnight by imperial decree. How would you react? You'd feel a knot in your stomach, right? Fear that your own door might be next, anger at the injustice, and deep mistrust of whoever holds the power to decide your fate. Poppaea Sabina was Nero's second wife, famed for beauty and wit. But in 65 AD, in a fit of rage, some say jealousy, Nero kicked her while she was pregnant. She died within days. Tacitus describes a livid Nero, while Cassius Dio paints a scene of cold calculation. Which is true? Likely both. Grief curdled into obsession. Nero found a boy who resembled Poppaea, had him castrated, and married him in a nightmarish palace ceremony. This grotesque act revealed a psyche unhinged by power and loss. In July 64 AD, fires raged for 6 days. 2/3 of Rome lay in ashes. Gossip claimed Nero watched from his tower, lyre in hand. A lie perhaps, but a powerful image. To deflect guilt, Nero blamed Christians, an obscure sect. They were crucified, torn apart by dogs, burned alive. His private garden became a grotesque light show. These brutal spectacles forged Christianity's image of martyrdom, fueling faith even as Rome sought to snuff it out. In the ashes of Rome, Nero built Domus Aurea, over 300 acres of marble, gold leaf, and frescoed vaults. A rotating dining room dazzled guests, but at what cost? To finance this dream, taxes soared. Aristocrats were stripped of wealth. By 68 AD, even Rome's coffers cried for mercy. Legions in Gaul and Spain rebelled. The Senate declared Nero a public enemy. One final disgrace: he fled to a villa, ordered a grave dug with his own name on it. On June 9th, 68 AD, at age 30, Nero whispered, "Qualis artifex pereo? What an artist dies in me," then plunged a dagger into his throat. A tyrant? A performer? Nero's legacy is as fractured as his psyche. His excesses birthed legends that still fuel our darkest curiosities. If you're as stunned as me, hit like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which of Nero's crimes shocked you most.